Hello, my name is Janice Truitt. I'm the Children's Minister for Resurrection Episcopal Church in Plano. And today we're going to begin our lesson with a reading, Deborah and Barak, from the Hearts Alive curriculum, and it's based on Judges 4, 1 through 7. One of the leaders in Israel was Deborah. Deborah answered people's questions when they could not resolve their own disputes. People respected Deborah's word because she was a prophetess and heard from God. But the people had again stopped obeying God and were serving false gods instead. God's warning came true. The people were given into the hands of the terrible king Jabin. Deborah called for a man named Barak and told him God's word. She said to him, "The Lord, the God of Israel, is giving you a command. He says, go, take 10,000 men with you, then lead them up to Mount Tabor. I will lead Sisera into a trap. He is the leader of Jabin's army. I will bring him, his chariots, and his troops into the Kishon River. There I will hand him over to you." Barak was unsure. He asked Deborah to go with him. Deborah agreed. God provided victory with the leadership of Deborah and the courage of the soldiers. Deborah served God and reminded the people of God's laws. The story of God's people includes many ups and downs and many good leaders like Deborah. But this long story leads us to Christ, who is the long-awaited King, ruling us with love and kindness, and his kingdom will last forever. To help us to remember about Christ and that his kingdom will last forever, we are going to create fall crosses. So I have two examples. This is a variation made with cut construction paper, and this is a variation made with torn tissue paper. To start off with, you're going to need a piece of paper. I have this example with white paper so you can just see it. It's folded in half. And then on the fold, you're going to draw some lines to help you to know where to cut. I measured over 1 inch and drew a line, and then also 1 inch from the top and the bottom, 1 inch from the side. And then this is 2 inches wide. I actually came down 3.5 inches and then 5.5 inches for that. To show you what happens when you cut it out with the black paper, it looks like this. But when you open it up, you have a cross. Now, for the one with the construction paper, you're going to be cutting strips that are glued down. For the younger children, with the very young children, I recommend fewer strips because it's just easier. They don't have as many things to glue. And then this, you're going to be adding some just plain white paper that you're going to glue on the back. Then for the one that is the tissue paper, it's kind of messy, but it's the same idea. You have torn strips. Oh, and I discovered that if I used a ruler up against it, it kind of made it a little easier to tear. But you have your tissue paper and you glue that down. Again, you're going to need to use the plain white paper that you glue on the back so that you have your final product of the cross with the construction paper, white paper on the back, or the tissue paper with the white paper on the back. Now the cool thing about this one, if you hold it up to a window, you can see through it. So it kind of looks like a stained glass window. Well, I hope you enjoyed these activities. I enjoyed being with you. Thank you.